Team NBS Media presents the Mask Podcast.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Mask Podcast. I'm your host, Mark, my co-host, Rick. Rick, what's going on?
Man, listen, living another day, man.
Rick said he's living another day.
That's about sums it up. Ain't a whole lot going on.
I mean, hell yeah. Good point. This week, let me see, how do we say this? I don't know, it's like a 3-part special. It's kind of like a Father's Day special. This is a straight man show. I mean, if women want to, get on and talk and comment, you can get on and talk and comment. But today we're going to talk about men. I mean, we talk about relationships. We have women on the show. This week we're going to talk about male feelings, emotions, fashion statements, things you should pass on down to your kid, well, to your sons. Yeah, fuck it, your daughters as well, your children. Things that men should do, like how we smell, how we groom ourselves. You'd be amazed that a lot of people really don't wash their ass. You go
come right out and say it. We gonna start off early. I like it.
Really, like, yo, I be on the train and there be some stinking motherfuckers on the train. I'm like, dude, like, right guard. I mean, the dollar store sell deodorant and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's really not like when you begging for money, beg for 4 quarters, go to everything's dollar store now, $1.25, beg for 5 quarters, go get some deodorant. Son, you stink. But you know what I'm saying? But on the realness though, this is just a masculinity show. In my eyes, I think we have lost sight of that, or we're out of touch with masculinity because, I mean, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just jump right into it. Shit.
Let's go.
Oh, shit. All right. Rick brought this up to me. So, Rick, like, what are some of the essentials that you should know as a man?
Oh my God, this list is all over the map for me sometimes. Listen, I'm gonna say this to people, and I am not the picture perfect, when it comes to all these things. So please, these are just things I've learned over the years. That like Mark said to start the show, like my number one thing is I work at a public facing job, right? And one of the biggest things for me, coming to your point about being on the train, is, bro, like, not only should people know when to go and grab some extra deodorant, or I have the exact opposite problem. When someone walks in and I'm face to face with them and their freaking cologne or perfume just smacks you in the face, dude, like straight up uppercuts you. First and foremost, like, all those things are supposed to be a scent enhancer. They're not supposed to be a scent cover up. So like, when you put too much on, man, number one is like, yeah, if you gotta, I've always been a firm believer, man. If you gotta spray yourself with cologne more than 2-3 pumps, you should have showered.
Facts, you stinking ass fuckers.
There's a big one for me. Grooming. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. I look like a homeless man sometimes because I let my facial hair is the worst of it for me. I go months with just running out of time. Like, my haircut's the last thing I fucking worry about. But like, if I got bed head, I could throw a hat on. If I got bed head on my beard, bro, like, some of y'all gotta know when to, like, clean it up. Like, go to the barbershop, man. They do free edge ups most of the time, man. Just get to the shop, clean that stuff up.
Facts. Yeah, shit. You damn sure ain't lying about that. And to piggyback on what you said, like we spoke about earlier, your hygiene, man, how you smell, that is very important because people are going to smell you before sometimes before they even see you, they're going to smell you.
Right.
Living in New York, And anybody's ever been in the city, like we all know that there is a homeless problem in this city. So you're riding on the train and there are homeless people sleeping like right where you should be sitting at. Like, and they just stink. That shit can make, I mean, that shit would give you a fucking headache. However, speaking on just regular people, regular working people, regular people in general who have a home with, I guess, water and the ability to get soap and things of that nature, like, dude, use the fucking shit. Like, how hard is it to, turn the water on, get undressed, hop in the fucking water? I don't care how long you stay in the motherfucking. As long as you lather yourself up and wash that, especially like if you work at a certain job where you like, say you do construction, there's no need for you to come home and get right in the bed. Like, first of all, I don't know what color your sheets are, but if they were white, I'm pretty sure they're black by the time you wake the fuck up. If you have a woman or or a man, depending on your gender, no one wants to lay next to a funky fucking person. I mean, unless y'all just into that funky role playing shit, then by all means. But
I ain't here to judge.
Facts. If your woman like licking sweaty, smelly balls, then by all means, that's your shit. But it's just to say that take care of your personal hygiene, man. As men, we were taught that when we were boys. Like never go nowhere stinking because your mom will walk in your room to get your clothes and like, oh my god, your clothes smell like feet and ass. We like, that's funny. But at the end of the day, she's fucking telling the truth. Because men, we stink.
Yeah, for sure.
And no. This is a man show because I was about to get on some women, but this is a man show, so we're gonna keep it. We're gonna try our best to keep it 100% man. But like Rick was saying, man, that is one of the main essentials that that every man should know, is to groom yourself. Like Rick spoke about with the haircuts. I cut my own hair because I had 2 sons. And
I got one.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. You good?
We're on and while we're on the subject of haircuts and whatnot, like I get people all the time, man. You should go so and so. They do $5 haircuts. They do $7 haircuts, bro. The problem with doing a $5 haircut or a $7 haircut, everybody should know. Everybody who tells you that it looks like a $5 or a $7 haircut, man. Pay to get your haircut.
and Rick is not lying. The only reason I started cutting my shit because 2 sons and myself, back then haircuts were like $15 now. I don't even know how much fucking haircuts cost. But I know clippers cost like $25 fucking dollars.
Like, those will last you some time.
Yeah, shoot, line my shit up, boom. I'm done.
Especially when the summer's coming, man. Just fuck it.
All that shit. Hell yeah, take a razor, just shave your shit off. Like, but grooming is everything for a man because if a woman was on the show, she'd tell you right now, and we'll get into the other parts later, but a woman checks out everything. Us as men, we check out, oh Lord, please don't strike me down. No doubt about it. We're going to look at your titties, your ass. The women, they're going to look at everything from top to fucking bottom. If your sneakers are fucking dirty, if your clothes are fucking dirty, how you smell, they want to know every fuck. Like they will come and hug you just to smell you. So, I mean, if you're looking to get a woman, dude, groom yourself. That is the basic essential of being a fucking man.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. As a teenager, man, I didn't fuck around. Like, mom, I'm gonna tell you a story about my mom real quick. Every time she come out, but like, because I forget to shave, man. I go a couple weeks without shaving. She'd be like, "Boo, you need to go touch it. You need to go shave. You look like a hobo." Like
oh shit, I ain't hear that word in a long time. A hobo.
You tell me straight up. I'm like, all right. That's when I knew that it was getting a little too ratty.
Said a hobo.
But the older you get, you're right. When you start considering the females and you start looking in those roles, and even now, as I'm trying to get into being a little bit more fashionable, you start to be more conscious of this thing. So if we're gonna talk from honesty, I wish I would have picked up on this stuff a little bit sooner.
True indeed. I don't wear cologne, so any of you women saying like, oh my god, I wonder what he smell like. I smell like motherfucking Bath and Body Works soap, and fucking a good day maybe some Irish Spring and shit of that nature. I don't wear cologne. I don't know why. I just never been a cologne guy. Maybe one day I'll start.
Because it's like $60 for 3 ounces.
Thank you. I'm saying I go to Bath and Body Works to get some good soap and shit. Like, yo, what the fuck? Let me see. I smell good right now. What the fuck? But
no, my deodorant working, my clothes are clean. We're good.
I just wash my clothes too. I'm probably good. Yeah, I'm saying good as shit. But no, let me see. We got another one. All right. So you got male figures in your family. Father, grandfather, uncle, brother, anything. What's the best advice that you ever received from a male figure?
One of the biggest pieces of advice that I've gotten is, and I'm still learning this, don't buy things you want. Don't buy things to impress other people. Let's be 100% honest, because you can say, oh, hey, I really like this thing, and you want to show it off to your friend, and your friend will be all up in your face. You're someone you think is your friend, like, oh yeah, I like it, and then behind your back, like, what are you wasting his fucking money like that on it for? You know what I mean? You never know what people say when they're not right there with you. Spending that extra money like that, do it because you want to, man. Don't do it because you want to impress someone else.
Sure, indeed. That is the realest shit. Like we like to call it, keeping up with the Joneses. Look, man, I'm not here to impress none of you motherfuckers. I'm sorry, like, because I can go broke trying to impress you, and at the end of the day, you may be broke as shit. So what am I doing to impress? Like, fuck all of that shit. So, like, for me, the best advice I ever received was from my dad, and his shit was just like, his shit was just straight, simple as fuck. Like, yo, never bite your tongue. There are moments where I will fly off the handle at shit, and it's never to disrespect you, but it's also that you know that, yo, son, this is where I'm standing my fucking ground at. If you don't like what I said, it's really not my fucking problem. That's your fucking problem. You the one that got some emotional shit you need to fucking work out because you don't like what I said or how I said it. I said what the fuck I said. Plain fucking simple.
And listen, y'all out there watching, I've been on the receiving end of that conversation. Mark's had to jump in like, yo, this is what it said. This is what you got to do. This is where we got to get better. We write together. We work together. We do the podcast together. We talk about this shit. It's like, hey, you might not want to hear it, but this is what it is. So I respect it.
Yeah, I mean, no fucking harm. Especially if we talking business or we talking like the writing shit or we talking the podcast shit. Like, yo, we've been doing this for so fucking long. Like, if I see something wrong or something that's not working and I know it can be better, if I bite my tongue, that means I'm going to stand for your fucking mediocrity. And I'm not doing that because I'm a part of this as well.
Right.
So either one or two things going to happen. I'm going to say something or I'm going to move the fuck on. That's it.
That's one of the greatest things I'll say about working with Mark, man. We have learned over the years how to just put our feelings aside when it comes to, like, let's just do this, man. If we got to get better, we got to get better. This is where it's at. We lay it out on the table. No one's feelings hurt. We just go about business. That's why it works.
Facts. And, like I said, that's a great advice that, that I received, just, a closed mouth don't get fed. And that's, and that's some real shit that can go with anything, relationships, jobs. It don't matter what the fuck it is. If something is bothering you, and you can never get mad at a person for continuing doing fuck shit to you if you never told them that they're doing fuck shit to you. They don't know.
Right. Well, that's the hardest part for people. Like, you should be able to say what's on your mind, but understanding the way to say it correctly. Like, you don't have to just straight up go out and be an asshole to everybody just because you're like, oh, I should speak my mind. No, if this is bothering you, say, hey, this is bothering me. If this is, something isn't working in a relationship, hey, man, we got to sit down and talk about it. Let's find a way to compromise here. You can't just sit there and say, that is the worst piece of advice. If we're going to talk about the best piece of advice, that's the worst piece of advice any guy can get. Just swallow it. We'll deal with it later.
Facts.
You ain't dealing with it.
And that's the part where, I look at the men and women. I look at men and women and how we deal with shit. Like, women, y'all women are a bit more catty. Like they would smile on your face and act like they still your friend or what. Like dudes, like real shit. Like we don't like you, we just don't fucking like you. We're going to tell you, and it may get to a point where it may get physical. But I guarantee you that if y'all cool and y'all just had a falling out, they can be cool right after that fucking fight.
Right?
Men are. I mean, we are such fucking savages. That like, yo, we can throw down for 30 fucking minutes, and then somebody be like, yo, let's go get something to eat. I can just whoop your ass. I'm like, yo, you hungry, son?
You need to get a little bit of the energy back up. What we do?
Yo, let's fucking go. And like I work around a bunch of men and women. Working at the airport. Women talk about each other like crazy at my job. Dudes, I don't even have to know you. I could be in earshot of a conversation and you're talking about sports. And I'll be like, yo, you know what? Fuck the Knicks. Now, every day I see this dude, I don't even know this dude's name, but yet I know this dude, if that makes sense. Like I said, men, we are just we are easy people to please and to get along with.
It's funny you bring that up because like I got to think back on like 90% of my friendships I've had. If I haven't gotten to at least a fist fight with that person or some sort of physical altercation, like did we even go through a friendship? It's just such a weird man thing that like some of my closest relationships started off. I hated that fucking dude until you scrapped and learned respect from that dude, or they respected you. And then you became friends all of a sudden.
Yeah, that's how look, man, that's how that shit roll. We are hard headed as hell, but men, we also cool as fuck, yo. Like, just don't fuck with our family or our money, and we good. Or our woman. Motherfucking mask, I be hot as shit. It's like 100 degrees in fucking New York. Yo, I don't know what the fuck going on. I got nipples and shit is sweating and shit. I ain't even got nipples. They sweating out this motherfucker. Nah. Shit.
Today. You have to buy the dollar store deodorant pretty soon, bro.
Yo, I'm about to buy a whole racket of motherfuckers. All right, for any women listening, I guess this is a good question for you to listen to the answer to. And we're going to go with Rick on this one, of course, because he's the only other motherfucker on the show, so I got no choice. So
you stuck with me.
Rick, chivalry. Is it dead? Is it still alive, or do you believe in it?
I don't think it's dead. I think it's on life support, and
shit.
But it hasn't been. I think the person that's killed it off isn't exactly narrowed down to one gender or the other. I think it's been one of those things that's been, as people slowly distance themselves from all the bad relationships and all the bad, experiences they've had in life, we've all learned to kind of do things on our own and do for ourselves and look out for ourselves. But that doesn't mean at the end of the day, I'm still a fan of holding the door for people. I'm still a fan of saying please and thank you. It's just, it's lost in a lot of translation of people just being so caught up in doing for themselves that those small little things we used to do for each other don't get done anymore, or as much, nearly not enough.
I agree. And Rick said the most important thing that we do for each other. I can go back. A Bronx Tale. Yes, it's a fucking movie. Cool. Somebody wrote the script and somebody told somebody what to do, but still, it was the point of that scene where he opened the door for her. And as he walked around the back of the car to, his side, she reached over and opened the door for him. And, as Sonny told him, yo, she's one of the good ones. Like, dude, I do for you, you do for me. So if we walk into a fucking door where there's one door and then you take 2 steps, there's another door. Look, this is how this shit gonna work if you out with me. If I open the first motherfucking door and you the first one through that door, You take 2 steps and there's another fucking door, and you don't grab that bitch to open that shit for me, I will politely move you out the way, open that door for me, close the bitch, and let you open it for your motherfucking self. If there's one door and I'm right there, yo, I got you. But if I open one door and you walk through first, and yet there's another door, you're the first one there. Don't sit there with your arms folded waiting for me, because I can look at you like you fucking crazy. Like, fuck wrong with you? Your hands, bro?
Listen, and if you don't acknowledge that I held that door for you, I'm tripping you on the way by, dude. Like, thank you.
Like, oops, my bad.
You know that old game you used to kick your friend's foot into the other foot so they trip a little bit? That's what I'm gonna do when you walk by me. If you don't say thank you, I'll hold that door for you.
Now open that shit with your face. But no, the chivalry part, man, look, we are no longer like, I'm not laying down my motherfucking $300 coat so you can step over a puddle. You better walk your ass around that fucking puddle like idiot. I never understood that shit in the movies and shit. It'd be like a puddle in the middle of the street, and there's a whole fucking sidewalk that they can walk around. My man's like, I'm gonna be a man. Take my coat off. Step on it. I ain't thinking you out of your motherfucking mind. You better.
Mark's like, I got Jordans on. You better lay down your coat.
I just bought these Jordans. You out of your damn mind. I'm laughing hard. My fucking bands falling off and shit. But no, like, no, chivalry on the man's end, it's not dead for most. It's that it's not appreciated. Because now we're hearing, oh, I'm this woman, I'm all like, sometimes we're not allowed to be men anymore, which is the reason of the show, the masculinity part. Like, it's now like some women are more masculine than fucking men. Yeah, it's a lot of bitch ass dudes walking around here portraying the role of a fucking man, when in the reality, if somebody was to pull your pants down, you probably got a coochie. Like, you just like some of these men are giving us a bad name, and I can't fault a lot of these women, because you're marrying or you're in relationships with punks. Not punks like something, they're funny, but punks as you don't know how to be a man. No one taught you how to be a man. There are rules to this shit, just like there are rules to being a woman. So chivalry dead? No, it's not dead. It's just too many fucking weak men walking around portraying the role of men.
Well, that's just it, and it's not even when it comes to the being a weak man, it's just having the wherewithal to do for someone else other than yourself. Like, there's a lot of, I think chivalry is dying because of a lot of it's either the people that are doing from themselves that are fed up with being mistreated, or it's the people that are selfish doing for themselves that are just ruining it for everyone else. There's still people in the middle of those two groups that are willing to do the right thing, that are willing to be chivalrous and to open the doors and say please, say thank you, do all the the little etiquette things that we were taught growing up. So it's hard. It's for fewer and farther between these days, but it's still out there.
Yeah, true indeed. Oh, all right. So I guess it's time to hurt some people's feelings. I mean, once again, let me say this correctly, because this shit gets said wrong all of the fucking time. I could not care less. Not I could care less. I could care less means, yeah, there's still room for me to care. I could not care less means, motherfucker, we at the bottom, B. Like, I'm not caring no more. So
we struck gold. We're good. We're done.
So when you say that phrase, make sure you say that shit correctly, yo. Motherfucker, because y'all be killing me with that shit. I be hearing that shit on the fucking sports show, or somebody giving an interview like, yo, man, you know what I'm saying? I could care less. Well, of course you can. You're not at your motherfucking wit's end. I'm at my wit's end. So guess what? I can't care no motherfucking less, nigga. I fucking hate you. Like, that's it. Anyway, like I said, I don't want to hurt no damn feelings with this one, but I mean, it has to be talked about as far as men go. Now, I guess we can start. I guess we can start with the NBA. You know how you watching the game and they show the pregame with the players walking, I guess, from their cars to through the arena tunnel, and you got motherfuckers wearing skirts and pink sweaters that's like all down their arm, pretty much dressing like a fucking female. What the fuck happened to male fashion? Where the fuck did it go, Rick?
I gotta tell you, and it's so wild to me, and maybe it's just I don't see it as much in the NFL as I do the NBA.
Cam Newton.
Well, Cam Newton, yeah, but I feel like that was like the exception, not the rule. There were a lot more. I feel like every guy not every guy, because some of them still coming in the hoodie and whatnot, and Bill Belichick with his freaking Patriots hoodie all the time, man. But the guys that walk in, a lot of them are dressed up, and they are on like in-game mode. They're ready to go. It's funny. It seems like the NBA, it all started years ago with everybody now is on their Dennis Rodman shit. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Rodman was different.
Yeah, and everybody used that as their platform to be like him and to call that attention to themselves. And I don't know that it has anything to do with fashion. I don't know that we're going out trying to be dressed a certain way to get anything more than attention and not be maybe kind of turn the paparazzi off to taking pictures of them so much. Maybe they're trying to be outlandish, but I don't know how we got here, man.
And for me as a person who's own a clothing line, into fashion, I mean I'm not into that type of fashion. Like I'm pretty much with Rick. Like, okay, we can cats like we joke about the pioneers of hip hop. If you remember back in the days, back in the 70s, like Grandmaster Flash and them dudes, like they would dress in tight ass leather pants and shit of that nature. And then Prince wore fucking tight pants with his ass out. Like that dude was on some other shit.
That freaking V-neck that went down a little bit too far.
Word, like Prince was on some that dude was on some Kanye shit way before Kanye and them like even got on that shit. That's like as bad as Rihanna is. Like she fucking with a dude like he wear kilts or skirts or like that shit is nothing cool about that, B. And it's not because of my environment where I grew up, because these cats grew up in the same fucking environment. So what makes you get up in the morning, brush your teeth, wash your face, wash your ass, hopefully you're washing your ass, and says, let me go on my girl side of the closet and grab a fucking skirt and some fucking boots. Like, and I'm still going to try to be manly about it. Go in the corner and smoke a blunt. Dude, you're smoking a blunt with some motherfucking dress shoes and a skirt on. Like, what's manly about that? And then you got the NBA people, and you hear motherfuckers say it all the time. Oh, yeah, but what he got on, that shit costs, $15,000. I don't give a fuck. You still look like your name is Tamika. Like, dude, hey, man, I seen LeBron James with some little funky shit on. James Harden. It's like more the newer cats, though. Like, they're all pretty much funny style. But I'm always going to be a jeans, Timberland boots, Air Force One, Jordan's t-shirt type of dude. That's who I am. I just somewhere along the line, I think men lost their sense of fashion.
Well, you know what, and I know people are trying to be more open and accepting these days, and to each their own when it comes to their lifestyle and their lifestyle choices. But if you're going to, let's be honest, they're dressing like that for their job. That's their job. You know what I mean? Come in, look professional, looks like you're put together, like you're ready to go to work. Shit, come in your basketball uniform. Fuck, I don't care, but like you're showing up to your job. I say that as I'm pretty sure I had my freaking I got filthy dirty at work today making freaking working in food service. My shirt looks like it needs to be freaking hung out to dry, cleaned, everything, but try to look at least, somewhat presentable.
Was wild. I saw a meme the other day, for your high school seniors and even your juniors. It's prom season. I saw a meme that really took me the fuck out. And I saw it before, but I guess I really paid attention to it the other day. They had a picture of Pee Wee Herman. And I remember back in our day, we would laugh at Pee Wee Herman's suit, like, oh my God, he got that tight ass suit on with the high waters.
Yes.
Like,
you had high waters on, you were dogged out for days. You didn't hear the end of it.
With the fucking white shoes, and we'd be like, oh my God, this dude just like a fucking clown. But these are what these kids are wearing today. I have if my son is listening, my youngest son, he gonna kill me right now if I say this shit, but I don't even care. So we drove in the car. I went down south a couple weeks ago. Took him on his college visit, and he was like, "Yo, Dad, I need some sweatsuits. Like, can Rich K come up with some sweatsuits with the flare at the bottom?" And his mom was like, "You mean bell bottoms?" He was like, "No, they like sweatpants with the flare." She was like, "No, they're fucking bell bottoms." She's like, "Girls wear those." And I'm looking at my kid. I'm like, first of all, you wear them tight pants that I fucking despise. Like, dude, like, how do your nuts breathe in those fucking pants? I never understood like men wearing them tight pants. Like, where do you put your wallet and shit? Do you just wrap that shit around your neck because you can't fit in your fucking pocket because the pants gonna fucking rip because they so fucking tight. Then they got nerve to have holes and rips in them already. I'm like,
they paid extra for them holes and rips.
Word, like my dude, my G, what the fuck are y'all wearing out here these days? Rappers out here wearing tight ass fucking jeans. I'm like,
couldn't do it.
Yeah, what the fuck? Just put on some fucking John Cletus sandals and like, dude, y'all just.
I feel like anything you're wearing that if you move too much and you feel like you're gonna rip, man, go a size bigger. You bend over to pick something up and you freaking I'm done. Over. Going home for the day.
Yeah, that shit just be mind blowing me. So when he was like the flare shit, and his mom was just like, "Yo, you mean bell bottoms? I mean call them what the fuck you want to call them, flares. They are bell bottoms to me." But yet, bell bottoms were the shit back in like what the 60s and the 70s and that nature. But like some of the fashion is coming back. But the only problem is the men are now dressing like the women, and the women are now dressing like the men. So there is a fucking reversal going on that I don't fucking understand.
I think that the biggest detriment to it all is if these days is everybody is not so much worried about what they look like and so worried about expressing their individuality, which is fine. I got nothing against it. Is that's who you want to be, then that's who you want to be. But I think that's where the line has blurred a little bit because we are going to jump in and say, oh, well, if I wear this bright pink freaking tutu, it's going to express myself a little bit more. It's going to get people's attention a little bit more. I feel like it's one of those things that I want to say, and I know this is going to offend some people. I want to say it's the TikTok generation that do it for that little bit of a, hey, look at me kind of deal. Some people are that way. Some people, that's their lifestyle choice. That's not what I'm talking about. It's the people that do that for the attention that got it wrong.
Hey, you know what, Rick? I want to say it's off topic, but I didn't have this for a topic. But I've been wanting to ask someone of a different ethnic background this question for the longest.
Oh, we in trouble now. Let's go.
This shit has been really mind-boggling to me. All right, so everybody know where the fuck I live. On a train, walking in the city, you see all kinds of shit, all kinds of people, all kinds of styles.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked somebody this the other day. Of course, it was another black person, and I'm like, yo, when we go out, everything got to be fresh as fuck. Like our sneaks got to be clean, white, or whatever color, whatever color sneaks you want to wear. Jeans, damn, they gotta be brand new. T-shirt gotta be crisp as fuck. Hat, haircut, everything. Boom. I get on the train. I'm down in the city or wherever the fuck I'm at. A white person walked past me. My man got on some fucked up Reeboks, some dirty shorts, fucked up t-shirt, and a fucked up hat, and probably walking with one of the baddest women I've ever fucking seen.
Mm-hmm.
So
You're probably rich.
My question to that person was like, yo, why as blacks do we care so much about our parents when others really fucking don't? So, you know, as a person who's non-black, does your parents really matter that much to you? Where, like, say you going to a family reunion, do you gotta get all G'd up, brand new this, brand new that, look fresh as fuck, or not? Or you just like, you know what, let me go in my closet, throw this fucking shit on, and go about my business?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I have never been the fashion forward person in my entire life. I will say I used to be, still am from time to time. I wear sweatpants everywhere sometimes, man. As a teenager more so. Now I feel like if I don't at least go out when we go to these family functions, if I'm wearing jeans, I'm wearing my best pair of jeans. If I'm wearing, you know, if it's a, you know, a somewhat formal dinner, I might not wear a button up, but I'm gonna wear a real nice polo shirt, something looking, you know, at least put together. It's a weird concept that I've sort of grown into as I've gotten older. And again, something I wish I would have figured out much sooner. But when it comes to stuff like that, like, men don't put the effort in, and it's one of those things that I probably should have a long time ago, because now here I am sitting here and I'm like, trying to go out and like meet new people, make new friends, and I'm wearing the same t-shirt I was wearing in high school, just, you know. So I go out and I'm a little bit more conscious of the things I'm wearing. I'm like, oh, I've tried this for like half my life and the shit ain't working. Let's try something new. And, you know, so it's weird. And let's be honest, there isn't a way for men to be taught how to dress properly, without the criticism. Like, you can't go to one of your friends and you go, yo, how does this shirt look on me? And they're gonna be like, dude, you better get away from me with that bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't have like traditional home ec classes in school where they taught you how to do those things, how to freaking tie a tie, and how, you know, I mean, you had your parents for that, but like, they don't know everything either. They were learning to freaking raising kids at a young age, man. They don't know everything. You know, we are not at the benefit of this YouTube generation where you can just look all this stuff up these days and say, hey man, you know, you should be wearing a, you know, at least a button-up t-shirt to your formal dinner, or, you know, stuff that should have been common sense that isn't. Let's see. A lot of it comes down to, like, I'm kind of in between, because, like, sorry, my phone's going off. Stop. Fucking enough of that. I'm kind of in between. Like, most of these days, I try to at least get up if I'm going. I'm not in a t-shirt. If I'm running to the store real quick, if I got to go to the corner store or to the gas station across the street, man, I don't give a shit what I look like. But if I'm out in public, I at least try to look, you know, like I put in a little bit of effort.
Hey, I watch the people when they come off the airplanes. Mm-hmm. Or sometimes I'm going home from work and I'm on the train, and I'm on the train with some of the people who just hopped off a flight. And I can't front. I cannot lie. The first thing I look at is people's feet. I'm a sneaker guy.
Yep.
So I look at their feet and I see women, men, and then, you know, at sometimes it's black too, but it's a different kind of black person, if I'm saying this correctly, who maybe didn't grow up where I grew up at, but maybe, you know, grew up on the other side of town. But I look at their feet, like, shoes be mad dirty and they don't care. And I'm like, yo, why are we so fucking different when it comes to this? like you say, when I walk to the store, bruh, once again, I go to one of my sneaker shelves and I'm like, yo, what sneak am I wearing to the store? Now, mind you, the store is across the fucking I could go to the store in my socks and nobody probably would even fucking notice. But my mind is so fucking programmed to the point where, when I step outside, son, I gotta look fresh. I gotta look dope as hell when I step outside.
Mm-hmm.
So I always wonder, is that just a black person's mentality, or is that just some universal shit, or we the only ones who just really give a fuck about how we look?
You know what? It's not a cultural thing, I'll tell you, because I have people that I've learned from over my years that like my mom would be the same way. I told you earlier. Mom said you need to shave, go outside looking like a hobo. Like there's people that will edge you in the right direction. Like, dude, there's the age old saying, the shoes make the man. And that's been programmed into your head. So not only wearing the right pair of shoes, wearing the clean pair of shoes, the fresh pair of shoes, because you said that's the first thing you look at. It's been said that's the first thing that women look at too. They look at you from the feet up. It kind of tells you where you are in life. Like if I throw on an old pair of kicks, I'm like, I kind of don't care about the day. You know what I mean? But you go outside looking out, you've got your fresh pair of shoes on. You're putting together. You're putting your effort in. You're ready for the day, and it's kind of lost on me throughout the years, but I'm slowly picking that stuff up again.
Well, you know what? Look, that shit makes super sense to me. I just always wondered that shit because I just watch people. I'm people watching.
Yes, sir.
Like a motherfucker, I would sit there all day and just look at your ass and just think like, damn, what this motherfucker do about when they go home? Like, is this nigga a serial killer? Like, does he got like 4 women waiting in the bed when it like, I just sit back and I'm a people watcher.
Yes.
And the thing is, most writers or creative people with those kind of minds, we do that. Yeah. How the fuck you think? I don't give George Lucas, the motherfucker made a franchise of people living on another planet fighting with sticks that light the fuck up and can move shit with their mind. You don't think he people watch?
Oh yeah.
Like that's some wild shit. Either that or you were smoking some dust. Cause like I'm gonna think of a planet where motherfuckers are green and animals are talking and we're gonna call it the Force. Like that's some wild shit.
Listen, I really hope that most of these horror writers, the ones that are writing these scary movies, come up with these ideas while they're people watching, and not from their own personal experiences.
Fact. I find out George Lucas been on fucking Pluto and shit.
Yeah, it was the 70s, man. You never know what he had on him. That was some good stuff back in the day.
George Lucas was zooted. All right, so I go front. We've been laughing for a minute. Anybody wondering real quick? Let me break this down to you real quick. We normally do like a 2-hour show, right? So this week we're going to do like an hour show, and then 15 minutes later we're going to start another show about the WNBA, and I guess we can call it the drama or whatever the fuck is going on with, once again, males and their masculinity, because that's what it is. It's a little funny, but but we're going to do this show. Then 15 minutes later at 7:15, we're going to start another show centered on the WNBA. We got some great guests coming on from Team MBS Media. So, once we log off, feel free at 7:15 to log back on, because this is going to be a great fucking discussion. This shit is not scripted. Yeah. I ain't come up with one question for this shit. We just gonna let this shit ride. Anyway, I just had to plug that real quick. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right. So I do got a question, because we got like 2 more questions left, because I ain't want to get rid of
God.
Yeah, because I really want to do this WNBA shit bad as hell too. This one right here. I've been asked this, and I've heard this shit from so many women, and I want to know, is it true? Like, are some men afraid of powerful women? Women in power, women with certain amount of degrees, a woman who may be higher than the man at their job. How do you feel about that, Rick?
Me personally, I don't put any stock in that. I am not scared of anybody. Listen, I'm gonna tell you a true story. I have my ex. We were dating. I went over her house to pick her up one day, and she's got a fucking tile saw in her living room, cutting tiles, about to redo her bathroom, just like all sorts of hands-on, independent, doing shit herself. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Aren't we going to be ready? She's like, yeah, I just got to finish this up real quick.
Oh shit!
And I'm just
gangster.
Right. So some people just, you could be scared of powerful women all you want, but they're the ones that are going to get their shit done no matter what. So whether you like it or not, they're out for themselves, man, and they're going to succeed. So if I could be the one succeeding with them, if I could help them succeed and they can help me succeed, I don't give a shit what role we play. As long as we're growing and being powerful together, it don't bother me none, not one bit.
I totally agree. I know a bunch of, powerful women, women who, went to school, got, became doctors and all, it's not about, and I remember telling one, I'm like, yo, when I see you, it's never an offense. I don't see your degree.
Mm.
And I guess maybe just because of who I am, that I'm so secure within myself, that your degree does not make me feel any smaller because I don't have one. I still know who the fuck I am.
Right.
Now, I get tired of hearing that, hey, men are afraid, or what is the fucking word? The word is on the tip of my fucking intimidated. Men are intimidated. No. I guarantee you, a real man would never be intimidated. No matter how many fucking degrees or how much money you make, a real man would never be intimidated by you. The issue is, you lost in your own fucking head. You may think you're bigger than who the fuck you are. Same thing with men. You looking at this shit with this nigga Diddy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in Diddy's mind, he's bigger than what the fuck he is. He thinks he's unfucking touchable. That's why he did what he. Same thing, when the video came out of him beating Cassie in the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my dude, you did it. Then you go and get this bullshit ass apology, but you never once in that apology say, yo, I apologize to her. I apologize to my fans. I apologize to this. But you did it years ago. You paid these people off. You got the video, or somebody got the fucking video, because obviously, unless TMZ went up and robbed your crib that night, they ended up with the motherfucking video. But my thing is, he thought he was above the fucking law. So in his mind, women are intimidated by him. Brother, no one intimidates. I mean, Mike Tyson, he intimidates the shit out of me. Mike will fuck me up. Like, but I mean, yeah, but me being intimidated, of a woman. Now I may see like Halle Berry, and I may get like, oh, that's not intimidation. I'm trying to get the blood flowing back to this head instead of this head down here. That's not intimidation. I'm saying like, holy shit, this is a good chance that I can bone Halle Berry.
We're in the same room. There's got to be somewhat of a chance.
No, we are in the same room, so that means I have a fucking chance. That is my cockiness right there.
Yeah.
I'm not, I pass you on the street, I still can believe that, there's a chance I can pull you. So yes, it's Halle Berry, so I'm going to be a little fucking tongue-tied and starstruck for a minute, like, then I'm be like, you know what? I'm about to bag this one right here, son. there's a reason that God put me and Halle Berry in the same fucking area. Like, I'm about to shoot my shot. I'm sorry. Hey, y'all, don't pay me no fucking mind, but I swear to God, yo, man, see Halle Berry.
Mark's canceled. I'm gonna be here next week by myself, y'all.
Yeah. If I ever see Halle Berry, it's or y'all can see me all in TMZ. Like, yo, who's this? I'm going. No, but on the realness though, like, if you're a real man, like, this intimidation thing, it doesn't exist. It exists for cats like, let's say, like Muhammad Ali. Like, he intimidated his opponents well before they even got in the ring. It's like somebody that's like Eminem calling somebody and saying, hey, yo, I got a song for us to get on. You're intimidated, not because, Eminem is just like this awesome dude. What you're intimidated about is somehow I got to write the best verse I've ever written in my motherfucking life because I'm about to hop on a song with him.
But that's where someone with a level head will think of it. You see someone like that and who has that much greatness, that much power, and you want to be better. You want to step your game up. And then there's the other people that shrink in that moment and take that step back, and they get all defensive and they get all paranoid that they're not good enough. So you play the role, man. That person's just going to be who they are, and whether you step in or step out, that's on you.
True indeed. Look, hey, Rick just said it as best as we could. What we got right here? Oh, and Rick came up with another one since we are in the Father's Day mode. Father's Day is coming up. All right. So Rick doesn't have any kids, but I'm saying if he did, what would you pass down to your son?
This is what I'm passing down to anybody who watches this in the future, anybody who it would be a parent, looks up to me, a younger generation, anything like that. Not saying there is some, but there have been some over the years because I've been a youth sports coach. I got nieces and nephews, and I got a whole family long line of people, so I don't have to have kids to myself. The one thing I would pass on is the more you learn about people, the more you understand people. Your kindness is going to come from understanding different people, different cultures, different ways of life. You can't just sit back and think your way of thinking is the only way to go. I have met people from all walks of life, great people that I've learned from and I've learned to be better from. So if you want to be a better person, learn to open yourself up to other people.
Damn, Rick about to have me crying in this motherfucker right here. You know what I'm saying? Got me all in my fucking feelings and emotions and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? No, but real shit. I don't want to say this without hurting anybody's feelings, but I don't really know how else to say this. I wish I would have saved the video and played it for y'all. This is how simple shit is for me. There was a video. They was on a podcast. It was three black guys. And I don't know where the question came from, but it was a simple fucking question, but shit was so dope. So dude was like, yo, it was two men on each side of the couch, and they both was like, yo, let's call our dads and see which one answered the phone first. Now, these guys were not brothers. They were friends, but obviously their dads were alive and in their lives. So the competition was like, yo, let's both call our dads at the same time. The other dude counted down. He's like 5, 4, 3, and they both dialed. So they both sitting there looking at the phone like, dad, answer, dad, answer, dad, answer. Both dads picked up at the same fucking time. Mm-hmm. These two young black men jumped up like they won the fucking lottery. And some people were under the comments and they were like, yo, I don't get it. And I'm like, in today's society, we as black men, we're not known to be around. So the fact that these two young men had their fathers alive and in their lives, the fact that they can actually call them like I can call Rick or whatever, like, yo, that shit was so fucking dope. So for me, what I want to pass down to my sons is what was not passed down to me. Presence. My biological dad was nowhere to be found. Another man raised me. But as I got into my late teens, he passed away. So by the time I started having my kids and I needed direction and help, there was, he was not there for me to call and say, yo, dad, all right, so what's a good time or good day that I can hide my son's body after I kill him? Like, I needed advice. And, like if I date a woman and they ask me like, yo, how you learn how to cook? I had kids. So I had to call my mom. Like, mom, how long do I cook corn on the cob? How do I make fucking rice?
Yeah, we couldn't Google that shit.
Like, thank you, Rick. We could not, it was no fucking YouTube. We cannot Google that shit.
We had a lot of bad meals back in the day.
Man, fucking syrup sandwiches and all kind of old fucking dumb shit. So for me, growing up now, passing down to my sons, I just want to give them the presence, because now my oldest son y'all didn't know, is now a father. He gave birth to his daughter earlier this week. So yes, I am now a grandfather.
Shout out to Mark. Congrats on that, my bro.
Thank you. So now I'm about to fly down for my youngest son's high school graduation. Now I got to sit both of them down as one get ready for college and the other one is now ready for manhood and adulthood and being the head of his household. So these are two different types of conversations I have to have with my kids that no one had with me, that I had to learn through trial and fucking error. Like I had to fuck up. Like I fucked up with my sons so many times because there's no fucking handbook.
Right.
No, like if I'm making a dumbass move, my dad was not there to say, fuck idiot. Only person who was there to smack me was their mom. So yeah, what I want to pass down to them is the ability for them to understand and listen to the woman in their lives, to listen to themselves, to listen to their children. That that is the most important thing that I want to pass down to my kids is the presence of being available and for them to learn from my mistakes.
Well, you know what? It brings up to a great point, just being present. I think we had that the episode a couple weeks back about grief and loss, and we talk about family being there, being present. If I could go back in time, I would have spent more time with those people than I did. And even when I'm freaking exhausted now, my family, the family I'm close with invites me over to do something, invites me for, let's have a barbecue. I make a point to be there because they got young kids, and man, those kids look up to you. You are the bee's knees to a young kid's in a young kid's mind. You are a freaking superhero, so you better be there. You know what I mean? That's the most important thing to pass on to a family is, hey, be there.
True indeed. As always, look, that's like pretty much where we at. First of all, I ain't gonna lie. When we were thinking about the show, I didn't think nobody really was going to watch a show about some damn masculinity, but okay, it looks like I was wrong. Once again, man, y'all know what the Mad Podcast is about. We want to talk about shit that you're not really going to talk about. As y'all will see, if y'all come back for the next segment, I'm pretty sure
it's going to be a whole different tone.
Yeah, I'm going to piss off I don't know how many fucking people because
I'm gonna turn my AC on because it's gonna get hot in here.
It's gonna get hot as shit. I don't work for ESPN. I don't work for fucking Fox. I don't work for Bleacher Report. Meaning I can say whatever the fuck I want to say and not worry about the consequences that's going to come. So that's what the next segment of the show is about. When we talk about the WNBA, Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, and and what's going on with, because the situation is much bigger than what the media is portraying it to be, because they're scared to say what really is going on. I'm not scared to say. Rick is not scared to say what's really going on. So y'all want to know what we believe is really going on, and it's going to be unfiltered and uncensored? Yeah, please come back at 7:15 because I'm about to say some shit. Because when we did the show, every one of our shows are 2 hours long, but we try to stick on topic. Like if we're talking about, the male side of, of relationships, then that whole 2 hours is going to be about, I don't want to do relationships. And then the next segment is motherfucking who's the greatest jump shooter of all time.
Right.
Like we're going to lose a fucking audience that way. Like, hey, we cooking hot dogs 1 minute, and the next minute we talk about motherfucking synchronized swimming. Like, yo, that shit don't mix. So, the show has to stay on point on the topic. I'm not going to have 3 different fucking topics and shit, entertainment over here, fucking sports over here, on the fucking podcast. I want the shit to remain topic. So that's why we broke the show up in 2 different segments. This segment was about, masculinity. The next segment, the whole hour of that segment is about the fucking WNBA. That's all we're gonna talk about unless we get off topic. But it's gonna be about women's sports pretty much, and also the masculinity of men and how they're perceived in these women's sports. Because some of these niggas are butthurt because they're a bunch of pussies. At the end of the day, I ain't gonna say no names yet, but I'm gonna wait till we come on air. But anyway, we want to thank y'all for tuning in. We got like 20 seconds left. Please, 7:15. Please come back.
We want everybody's opinion on that one. Jump in. It's gonna be a good one.
Jump in the fucking discussions. Like, yo, let's get this popping. We got 15 minutes. We about to take a break. Well, I'm actually about to sign the fuck off and then sign back on, under the different show. But once again, thanks for coming out. God bless. Good night.
Later.